In the tranquil, sun-drenched valleys of rural Vietnam, where emerald rice paddies stretch to meet the horizon and the rhythm of life is dictated by the ebb and flow of the seasons, lies a story both profoundly intimate and dramatically universal. It is a narrative woven with threads of forgotten pasts, unwavering love, and a fight for the very ground beneath one's feet. This is the tale of Truong, a man adrift in his own memories, and his foster mother, Mrs. Hai, whose steadfast affection became his anchor in a world that had seemingly erased his identity. Our journey begins not with a shadow of conflict, but with the purest expression of joy, the innocent laughter of a child. Inside a modest, time-worn home, a world of vibrant imagination unfolded. The camera sweeps across a scene bathed in the soft glow of an afternoon sun, capturing the gentle hand of Mrs. Hai as she presented a trove of colorful toys to little Dewey. Her voice, a melodic hum against the quiet backdrop of the countryside, invited him into a game that transcended their humble surroundings. Mom gets toys for Dewey to play with. Come sit down so Mom can get a toy. Which one do you like to play with? Play cooking. Oh so many, oh so many. The warmth in her words was palpable, a testament to a love that sought to shield its young recipient from the harsh realities that often accompany poverty. Dewey, eyes wide with wonder, pointed to a menagerie of plastic animals. What is this? What is it? A giraffe, a giraffe, that's right, Mrs. Hai affirmed, her voice filled with delight. The make-believe kitchen came to life under their shared enthusiasm. Tiny pots and pans clattered as Dewey mimicked his mother's culinary gestures. Come cook, yes, cook that, let Mom eat with you, yes, cook this too, here, pick it up, let Mom cook, let Mom scoop it out, eat it, Mom, eat it, Mom. Each phrase was an affirmation, a building block in the secure, loving world Mrs. Hai meticulously crafted for the children in her care. In a nation where economic disparities can often fray the delicate fabric of family life, her dedication stood as a beacon of resilience. The simple act of providing toys, of engaging in playful make-believe, underscored a profound truth: love, in its purest form, often manifests in the small, everyday gestures that speak volumes more than grand declarations. Later, the scene shifted, a small plastic airplane taking flight in Dewey's eager hands, only to suffer a dramatic, imaginary crash. Mom, I made the plane crash and break it, he declared, a hint of mischievous pride in his voice. Mrs. Hai, ever patient, turned the moment into a playful lesson, moving from animals to objects, nurturing curiosity and recognition. What is this? A rabbit. What is this? A cow. That's right, yes, this one. Then a dog, a tiger, that one, a rabbit, that's right, mew. Can you tell me who I am? This wasn't just child's play. It was a foundational education, delivered with the boundless patience of a mother. The narrative deepens as we observe the profound bond Mrs. Hai shared with Dewey, a bond that spoke to the very essence of human connection. Her quiet persistence in engaging him, in drawing out his affections, painted a portrait of a woman whose life revolved around the well-being of those she nurtured. Dewey, Mom, tell Mom, Mom. Tell Mom, yes, how many more, yes, baby? After having a baby, teach me to play like this, I love you baby, already. Oh, so in a few days, how much more will you love me? Love you already. Yes, love like that. Oh, how much more baby, I love you like that. Oh, here, baby, hug me like that. Hug me to sleep. It was a tender exchange, echoing the universal language of maternal devotion, a lullaby of love sung in the humble melody of everyday conversation. The introduction of a soft, cuddly tiger and a bear brought new waves of affection, Dewey's gratitude pouring out in simple, heartfelt words. Mom, thank you, Mom, here I'll take it. Mom, thank you, bear. Oh, this is the bear. Oh, what a beautiful bear. Mom, please, love me. I love you, Mom, cook. Here I am. Cook. These were not just phrases, they were affirmations of a secure attachment, a child expressing his world of needs and affections, met with unwavering tenderness by his caregiver. In a region marked by rapid economic shifts and social transformations, the stability offered by Mrs. High's home stood as a quiet bulwark against the tide of change, a testament to the enduring power of unconditional love. The focus gently shifts, drawing us deeper into the daily rhythms of their lives. Mrs. High gently questioned Dewey about his experiences, seeking to understand his world, his growth. How do you cook? Dewey, yes, every time I go with Aunt How. Do you like it? Do you like it? Yes. How do you go to school? The teacher teaches me. These questions weren't interrogations but invitations, encouraging Dewey to share, to connect. And then, a moment of poignant beauty as Dewey's affection turned to an elder presence, a quiet acknowledgement of the matriarchal figure in his life. Oh, Grandma, I love you so much. Your hair is white as snow. I love you so much. I love you so much. I sing the song, Grandma, I sing the song. It was a tribute to the wisdom, the enduring presence, and the boundless love that an elder represents, a veneration deeply rooted in Vietnamese culture. The white hair, often a symbol of wisdom and experience, became a poetic emblem of enduring affection. A new figure emerged into their serene domestic landscape, one whose presence carried a subtle undercurrent of mystery and a deeper emotional resonance. Mom, this is what Uncle Truong bought for me. Give me what? Uncle Truong bought it. Give me, Uncle Truong. Do you remember Uncle Truong? The mention of Uncle Truong brought with it the first hint of the complex backstory that underpinned Mrs. High's expansive heart. He was more than an uncle, he was the adopted son, a man whose past was a canvas wiped clean by a tragic event, yet whose present was inextricably bound to Mrs. High's compassion. The narrative shifts to Truong, who now entered the frame, his movements perhaps a little less certain, his gaze holding a quiet introspection. Mrs. High's voice, though still gentle, carried a note of concern, guiding him. Sit like that, it hurts. Come here Mom, hold this. Hurry up. Come here Mom, hold me. Mom said this. Hurry up, don't sit anymore. Come here Mom. Mom said this. Come here Mom, hold me. Mom, oh I love you Mom, you're so good. Mom said yes. Then later baby I'll go play with my aunt. After the illusion Mom will go inside. Her attention to his well-being was absolute, her every instruction imbued with motherly care. It became clear that Truong, despite his adult stature, was as much in need of her nurturing as Dewey. His physical discomfort, his dependence on her guidance, subtly underscored the severity of his past trauma. The vision of their humble future, however, was painted with simple aspirations. Over there Mom plant vegetables for later, we'll bring them to the market to sell. Okay baby, will you go to the market with Mom? Mom, yes it's broken Dad fix it. Let me fix it Dad, let me. Dad buy it, let me. Dad fix it. Don't climb like that or you'll fall. Come down with Mom, come down Mom, come here. Come baby, come here Mom, let me put my toys in here, then we'll go out there. Let me go eat noodles here Mom, let it in here baby, let it in. Mom, what is this? What is that? What is the stove for cooking? Oh my God, the stove for cooking. These domestic scenes, though seemingly mundane, formed the bedrock of their existence, illustrating a shared struggle and a collective hope for a better tomorrow. The broken toy, the promise of market vegetables, the desire for a simple noodle meal, these were the threads that wove together their daily life, marked by mutual support and enduring affection. The simplicity of their meals, the routines of their day, were punctuated by Mrs. High's constant care, especially concerning Truong's health. His temporary memory loss, a consequence of a violent past, hung subtly in the air, a silent reminder of the fragility of life and the resilience of the human spirit. Yes mom, do you drink milk? Yes, I put things away, I drink, put the machine in here mom, baby shake it up, okay, yes 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 baby poke, go baby, drink it, I'll wipe it later, okay, okay baby, be careful, okay, 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 remember, let's start drinking. Yes, I'll sit down here. I'll sit down here, when will I finish drinking, we'll go. And mom will put this here. Someday, mom, whenever I want a drink, I'll drink it. Come on, I'll drink. Yes, I'll sit here and wait for mom for a bit. Mom will put away the toys. For me, I love you so much, mom. Have you finished drinking? Have you finished drinking? Oh, mom, lead me up there. Mom, when are you done drinking? Mom, carry me, let's go, eat breakfast. Stop doing that, it hurts. Fall, my child, I love you, my mother, okay, auntie? Yes, yes, mom, sit down, mom. This continuous stream of maternal solicitude wasn't merely about physical care, it was about psychological healing. Mrs. Hai was meticulously rebuilding Truong's sense of safety and self, a monumental task for anyone, let alone an elderly woman in a struggling rural community. In a country where healthcare access can be challenging in remote areas, her consistent, loving attention was as vital as any medicine. The gentle coaxing, the soft encouragement, the constant presence, these were the intangible therapies that gradually began to mend the invisible wounds of a lost memory. The scene of drinking milk, a simple act, transforms into a powerful symbol of nurture and recovery, a testament to the quiet strength of a foster mother. A shift in tone, a moment of somber reflection, revealed the deeper currents beneath Truong's calm exterior. He sat, lost in thought, a silent question clouding his eyes. Why are you so sad? Yes, I'm thinking, I don't know who you are, where is your family? His words, though quiet, resonated with a profound sense of loss, a yearning for a past that remained tantalizingly out of reach. This was the crux of his silent struggle, the existential void left by his amnesia. Mrs. Hai, sensing his distress, moved swiftly to reassure him, her voice a balm to his troubled mind. You don't have to worry. Mom adopted you before. Yes, the doctor said that the wound on your head was shot by a friend and you temporarily lost your memory. Yes, don't worry, you will slowly remember it later. Yes, the wound has just healed. Luckily it's not dangerous. Her explanation, delivered with tender directness, painted a harrowing picture of his past, a gunshot wound, an act of violence, the temporary erasure of his identity. Yet, her focus was not on the trauma, but on the hope of recovery. She spoke of the doctor's words, the healing wound, the promise of remembrance. This was the narrative Mrs. Hai had carefully constructed for him, a foundation of truth mixed with the unwavering optimism that defined her spirit. In a country where conflicts and social unrest have left countless invisible scars, Truong's story, while personal, echoed the experiences of many others who carried the burdens of past traumas. The friend who shot him remains a mystery, hinting at a life he can't recall, possibly one entangled in dangers far removed from the peaceful existence Mrs. Hai offered. Yes, you don't have to worry. Later, you will slowly remember it again. Don't think too much. Yes, take care of your health. Later, you will remember everything. Yes, if you think too much, your brain will get tired. It's not good for your health. Don't think too much. Just stay here with Mom. Later, you will slowly recover. Her words weren't just comforting, they were a prescription for healing, urging him to surrender to the present, to trust in the process of time and the power of their bond. She understood that dwelling on the lost past could hinder his recovery, pushing him further into the mental labyrinth of his amnesia. Her simple advice resonated with a wisdom often found in traditional, community-focused societies, where collective well-being trumps individual despair. Truong, though still grappling with the weight of his forgotten life, responded to her unwavering love. "Don't think too much. I remember. Mom, you won't think too much anymore." A glimmer of acceptance, a fragile promise to let go of the consuming questions. Mrs. Hai seized on this, reinforcing the message with gentle firmness. "Oh, that's right, yes, you don't have to think too much. If you think too much, you'll get a headache. Yes, you don't remember, but Mom, look here, I feel so sorry for you. Just calm down, you don't have to think too much. You're lucky to have a mother who adopted you." Her empathy was boundless, yet practical. She acknowledged his pain but gently steered him away from self-pity, emphasizing the gift of their relationship. "Now, the only relative you have is your mother. I don't know how to say it. Mom adopted you, and I'm happy. Now, although you can't remember yet, but take it slow. Yes, and later you will remember. Yes, when you remember, Mom will let you go find your family. Mom will be very happy when you find your relatives." This was the profound generosity of Mrs. Hai's spirit. She loved him unconditionally, not as a replacement, but as a temporary custodian of his identity, ready to release him should his past call him back. Her happiness was tied to his, even if that meant his eventual departure. This selfless act highlighted the depth of her maternal love, a love that sought only the best for her adopted son, even at the cost of her own companionship. It was a love that defied typical family structures, born out of crisis but forged in unwavering compassion. In many cultures, the concept of fosterage extends beyond legal frameworks, often manifesting as informal care within a community, a safety net for the vulnerable. Truong, his heart touched by her selfless devotion, made a solemn vow. "Mom, don't worry, later when you remember, you will abandon Mom. Yes, I will never forget the days when Mom took care of you when you were in danger. Don't worry, Mom. If you can do that, Mom will be very happy. Just cheer up. Yes, you don't have to think too much. The more you think, the more your head won't recover quickly. Yes, just calm down and stay with Mom." His promise was a testament to the indelible mark she had left on his fractured memory, a pledge of loyalty that transcended the absence of his past. It was a recognition that even without the clarity of his origins, the depth of her love was undeniable, a new foundation upon which he could begin to rebuild his life. His assurance brought a quiet joy to Mrs. Hai, a confirmation that her efforts were not in vain. Their conversation shifted from the personal to the practical, from the emotional to the mundane, grounding them once more in the humble reality of their lives. "What will happen later, Mom? Let's think about it, okay? You don't have to worry, Mom loves you very much. When I receive you, I'm very happy." "Yes, that's good, don't think too much." "Yes, although it's poor here, Mom thinks a lot about you and loves you, but I don't complain that our family is poor, Mom." "Yes, that's good because I've lived here for a while now, but I see that Mom has treated me well. Also, I find the living environment here peaceful. Yes, so I don't complain or you. Yes, I don't have any negative thoughts." Truong's acceptance of their poverty, coupled with his appreciation for the peace and love he found in Mrs. Hai's home, underscored the profound impact she had on him. His gratitude was not for material wealth, but for the intangible treasures of compassion and belonging. In a society grappling with rapid urbanization and the allure of material prosperity, their simple life, though lacking in riches, was overflowing with human connection, a commodity far more precious. This sentiment, often overlooked in the relentless pursuit of economic growth, reflects a deeper understanding of human flourishing, one rooted in community, care, and inner peace. Then that's good, just think like that. If you live well and know how to take care of your health, Mom will be happy. Just calm down. Mrs. Hai's advice was simple, yet profound. Focus on health, find contentment in what they had, and allow healing to take its course. It was a philosophy of resilience, a quiet defiance against the pressures of a world that often measures worth by wealth. Their small, poor house, she insisted, was still a home, made rich by the love within its walls. Yes, even though our house is small and poor like this, but we get along well, that's good. We eat whatever we can. Yes, you don't have to worry. These words painted a picture of communal harmony, a steadfast belief in the power of unity over adversity. The shared meal, however meager, was a ritual of togetherness, a daily affirmation of their bond. The gentle cadence of their lives continued, marked by tasks that, though humble, carried immense significance. Mrs. Hai, ever mindful of their sustenance, turned her attention to their small fish pond. Yes, okay, Mom, go to the motel. Yes, I'm in the fish pond. It seems like the fish have eaten all the leaves. Yes, I'm running. Go, baby, get some grass. Give the fish some more. That's right, yes, 100 fish. So the fish must be very big. Even though our family is poor, we have a chicken and a fish. If we're hungry, we don't have to worry, baby. This small, self-sufficient ecosystem was a testament to their resourcefulness, a vital component of their survival. The 100 fish represented security, a buffer against hunger, a symbol of their ability to make do with what little they had. In many rural Vietnamese households, such small-scale farming and aquaculture are not just hobbies but crucial components of food security, reflecting centuries of adaptive agricultural practices. But Mrs. Hai's age and the toll of a hard life were beginning to show. Mom's back hurts. Mom can't do heavy work, so let me do it. Give it to you, baby. Lately I see you're there, Mom. I often have back pain. It's been raining lately, but yes, my back keeps hurting. So I'll go get some for you, Mom. Truong, stepping forward with a newfound sense of purpose, offered to take on the labor. His amnesia might have stolen his past, but it had not robbed him of his compassion or his burgeoning sense of responsibility towards the woman who had saved him. This act of service was more than just physical help, it was an emotional reciprocal gesture, a silent promise to protect and care for her in return. It solidified his role not just as an adopted son, but as a guardian. Okay, Mom, don't worry, Mom. Mom, go home, Mom, cook rice. Yes, when I'm done, I'll go get some grass. After I've finished, give the fish some more. Mom and I will cook rice later. If there's any soup you cook, we'll eat that, okay, yes, that's it. So Mom is so happy. Okay, Mom, go upstairs and sit. Mom, if you help me, Mom, I'm so happy. This son, Mom loves you so much. The exchange was brimming with mutual affection and practical planning. Truong's willingness to take on the heavy work, his thoughtful consideration for her pain, brought a profound joy to Mrs. Hai. Her happiness was not just for the relief of her physical burden, but for the blossoming of her adopted son, for his growing strength and commitment. This quiet, almost unnoticed transformation in Truong was perhaps the greatest triumph of Mrs. Hai's unwavering love. As he prepared to venture out, the weather, a fickle companion in rural life, began to turn. Yes, okay, go to work. Be careful, Mom, cook rice. Yes, baby, yes, it's raining, remember to bring your hat. Take your hat when you go to cut grass, you have to bring it. Wear your hat. Yes, I know, Mom, it's raining again. He's coughing, baby. Yes, Mom, don't worry, I'm very well, then I'll go cut grass. Mom, cook rice. Yes, yes, when we get home, Mom, we'll eat rice. Yes, yes, baby, it's raining, take your hat and wear it. No, it's raining, this rain will make him cough. Mrs. Hai's concern for Truong's health was immediate and absolute. The rain wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a threat to his fragile recovery, a potential exacerbation of lingering vulnerabilities from his past injury. Her insistence on the hat, a simple piece of clothing, became the powerful symbol of her protective instinct, a refusal to let the elements harm the son she had so carefully nursed back to health. The cough was a specific worry, perhaps a memory of a past illness he endured during his recovery, now a trigger for her anxiety. Okay, Mom, just take your hat and go inside. It's raining, he's coughing. Okay, Mom, just take your hat and go inside. It's light, it's probably okay, Mom. Mom, stay home. I'll go to work and put it on. No, you'll get sick, put it on. Yes, yes, I'll go cut grass. Give the fish away. Yes, Mom, go inside. Mom, go inside. Mom, come home and cook rice. Truong, ever eager to reassure her, downplayed the rain, but Mrs. Hai's maternal resolve was unyielding. Her insistence was a fierce expression of love, a non-negotiable command for his well-being. He acquiesced, a testament to the profound respect and love he held for her. The scene was a miniature drama, played out between mother and son, highlighting the deep emotional currents that bound them, underscored by the gentle but insistent patter of the falling rain. He departed, a lone figure heading into the misty rain, his mission to gather sustenance for the fish, a continuation of their simple, interconnected life. The camera lingered on the landscape, focusing on the rice flowers, beautiful in their green promise, yet empty. Yes, okay, go to work. Yes. These are the empty rice flowers. They grow up and look green, but there's no rice. This observation, almost an aside, carried a deeper metaphorical weight. The empty rice flowers, green and vibrant but barren, were a poignant symbol of unfulfilled potential, perhaps even a subtle foreshadowing of a future challenge. They hinted at a world where appearances could be deceptive, where effort didn't always yield fruit, and where underlying conditions could prevent a harvest. It was a stark reminder of the fragile balance of their existence, and the ever-present threat of scarcity in a world that often failed to deliver on its natural promises. As Truong made his way to the fish pond, the implications of the empty rice flowers resonated. He was bringing them to feed the fish, transforming what was unproductive in one context into sustenance in another. I'll bring them. Go to feed the fish the rice flowers. Although they are green, they cannot produce rice because rice plants only produce rice once. This detailed observation underscored the local wisdom and understanding of agricultural cycles, but also the acceptance of certain limitations. It was a humble act of repurposing, maximizing every resource in their environment. This period of relative peace, of rebuilding lives in quiet harmony, was about to be shattered. The tranquility of Mrs. Hai's existence, secured by decades of resilience and the newfound strength of her adopted son, was fragile, a delicate ecosystem poised on the precipice of disruption. Forces far beyond their control, driven by the relentless march of progress and economic development, were about to descend upon their doorstep. The serene landscape, often seen as immutable, was in fact a contested terrain, valued not just for its beauty and agricultural yield, but for its strategic position in the eyes of unseen powers. The land, their very anchor, was about to become the battleground for a confrontation that would test the limits of their love, their courage, and their collective will to survive. The stage was set for a dramatic clash between the rooted traditions of a simple life and the unforgiving imperatives of modern capitalism. The deceptive calm of the Vietnamese countryside, where the cycle of life had unfolded for generations, was suddenly pierced by the unsettling clang of modernity. The gentle lapping of water in the fish pond, the rustle of leaves, the distant hum of daily tasks, all were abruptly overshadowed by the arrival of outsiders. They came not with the familiar tools of agriculture or the humble greetings of neighbors, but with an air of calculated authority, their presence a stark contrast to the rustic charm of Mrs. High's home. It was an ordinary afternoon, yet tinged with an unfamiliar tension. Mrs. High, perhaps sensing a shift in the air, emerged from her home. "Mrs. High, are you home?" "Mrs. High," a voice called out, not in inquiry, but with a certain expectation, an almost preemptive assertion of right. The tone itself was a harbinger of things to come, a subtle challenge to the quiet sovereignty she had maintained for over 4 decades. "Who is calling? Is there something you need? Come down here. I have something to tell you. I'm looking for me. Is there something you need? Come here. I need to talk to you privately." The insistence of the caller, the demand for a private conversation, immediately signaled that this was no friendly visit. Such encounters, often cloaked in polite formality, frequently masked intentions that were anything but benign, particularly in areas undergoing rapid development. The men who stood before Mrs. High were representatives of a world far removed from her own. They were the emissaries of progress, the agents of a powerful, unseen boss, their language smooth but firm, their demeanor radiating an almost detached professional politeness that veiled an iron will. This scene is not unique to Vietnam. Across Asia, and indeed the developing world, communities like Mrs. High's find themselves on the front lines of clashes between traditional land ownership, often informal and based on generational occupancy, and the legalistic, corporate-driven demands of modern development projects. These projects, whether for infrastructure, industrial zones, or luxury resorts, promise economic growth but often displace the most vulnerable, creating a complex web of ethical, legal, and social challenges. "What's the matter? Your family has been here for how many years?" "Mrs. High, you've been here for over 40 years. Is there anything wrong?" The questions were rhetorical, a prelude to their true purpose. They acknowledged her long occupancy, not out of respect, but as a parameter for their forthcoming proposal. The acknowledgement of over 40 years, stretching back to before the economic reforms, DOIMWA, of the late 1980s that transformed Vietnam's economy, implicitly recognized the depth of her roots in this place. Yet, it was merely data for their assessment, not a reason for reverence. Then came the stark pronouncement, delivered with a chilling matter-of-factness. "My boss is having a project. We need your land. Can you move it? Can you move it? Can you move it for us? Besides, we will compensate you. Can you move it for me?" The blunt request, repeated with a slight, almost imperceptible increase in pressure, laid bare their objective. "We need your land." The phrase, innocent in its simplicity, carried the weight of impending upheaval, a demand that threatened to unravel the very fabric of Mrs. High's existence. Compensation was offered, of course, the transactional veneer of modern acquisition, a cold calculation against the immeasurable value of a lifetime. Mrs. High's response was immediate, resolute, a defiance born of deep connection to her ancestral home. "I've been here for over 45 years. I won't move anywhere. I'm old and weak now. Tell me where I can move it." Her voice, though aged, carried an unwavering conviction. Her advanced years, which might have suggested vulnerability, instead fueled her resolve. Where would an old woman go? This was not just a plot of land, it was her history, her identity, her only refuge. It was a home built not just of wood and thatch, but of memories, of labor, of love, deeply intertwined with the land's spiritual and practical significance. The